Why am I alive? Hello, and welcome to my excruciatingly low-budget production of my new guide in understanding politics, the public. Oh, how fickle they are. There's a saying that says, "The masses are asses," by Lin-Manuel Miranda himself, and another, by totally not named after a shoe, Philip Converse, stating that the public, in its opinion, tends to be erratic and unpredictable. Like my depression. Oh hey, a flower. One day, they will die. Like me. And my hopes and dreams. Oh hey, ice cream, it's gonna melt. Or my previous D&D campaign experience. What do you mean I just got stabbed in the back? I have shield! Quick summary of stuff you should be know about moving forward. I promise none of this will be important in the future. Our opinions are expressed preferences and only become opinions when they are voiced. Prior to that, they are called attitudes, which are privately held evaluations of general concepts or unspoken opinions, which themselves come from values, which are what we hold near to our hearts, our beliefs, and our abstract concepts of what we believe to be good, what we value effectively. When we express our opinions in unison, like, a disheveled drunken choir, because our opinions are often incoherent, it is called an aggregate opinion, which then can fall under an ideology, a set of attitudes bound together by underlying values. You see, it's like a whole circle, it just works. Second, for those across the pond, in American politics there are two major groups of people screaming at each other, which are considered liberals and conservatives. Some have topics of debate are universal health care, gun control, abortion, taxes, and how the economy should be run overall. Humans who partake in this nonsense jot themselves down under one or the other and join in the yelling. Nothing really ever changes, basically, and everyone is upset when it does. The best part is that these humans operate under two types of ideologies that are called operational, which is represented by what policies they put their support behind, i.e., yes, guns solve everything. Maybe thanks not! The other is symbolic, or where do you self-identify under regardless of what policy you choose. Fun fact, a lot of donut eaters prefer liberal policy, but like the term conservative, so they call themselves that. It is important to know because humans gain their beliefs and views in politics through their close circle of friends, jobs, religious circles, or the crux of this video, through what they hear some political person who is in the limelight and wearing the right colors say. Public of the UCSB loves to play follow the leader. We are heuristic beings, meaning that we do not like to think. Thinking is hard. We operate on dual process thinking. We have type 1, which is quick and automatic. Think cave person-esque thinking. You see a herd of bees coming at you. You run. You don't stay and punch the horde. God save the bees. And type 2, which is slow and deliberate. Think trying to make sense of whatever this is. Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it? Type 2 takes energy and effort, and being heuristic means that we tend to avoid doing this unless necessary, and we much rather use our assumptions and past experiences to get through life. Again, thinking is hard. Like that one time I gave myself a headache while trying to understand how time travel is possible based on the ripples of space and time caused by a spinning black hole's gravitational pull. You can pause time and go to the future, send the ripples, or go against them. And by trying to understand my ex's mental gymnastics. Bro, what do you mean that doesn't count as cheating? That's a whole ass other dude! That ain't me, Jennifer! Due to this, when we have non-attitudes, which are opinions that we have no real reason behind, such as, hey Darren, what do you think about carrots? Oh man, I hate carrots, man. Me and all my homies hate carrots. Why? Cause they're orange, and the oranges are already orange, so they're posers. Oranges are yellow, Darren. What the fuck are you on? We effectively just turn and regurgitate what we heard some person who represents a political party that we symbolically identify with said, i.e., more gun control. Why? I don't know. It makes me safer, I think. Yup. So I agree with that. Just what you said is 100% correct, and I will argue with my relatives about it. This apple tastes horrendous, awful. Why am I still eating this? Essentially, most of us are not considered ideologues, or a type of person who has a constrained belief system that carefully views others' arguments and policies and changes their beliefs accordingly to what they learn from those considerations. Thank you. Converse. Most individuals have ideologically incoherent attitudes that are guided by messages from the political elite, and then they go and make them opinions. Not to mention that humans are susceptible to cognitive biases, like the anchoring bias, where they hunker down and rely on any pre-existing and possibly outdated knowledge of a topic and stick to their guns. False consensus, the thinking that your behavior and beliefs are common amongst the public, and my personal favorite, because I see it happen all the time, fundamental attribution error, where you do or do not give people the benefit of the doubt based on impressions. Like when a customer addresses you like you're less than a human, and you assume that they should be buried underneath a prison, instead of realizing that their dog died and they are going through a divorce because they too met Jennifer. Hey buddy, I'm on the forklift. You're not. Wanna run that by me again, see who wins? Or when you forgive a politician who slept with their secretary when they have a wife or husband and kids, because you like them up to that point, and their significant other is also Jennifer. That goes to say that humans are partial and don't like to think about their opinions half the time, if not more than half the time. Also, human minds are like buckets. That goes to say, as one goes through life, the bucket gets filled with opinions, statements, ideas, and concepts. So when we go to speak on something, we draw from the minds, our buckets. We tend to draw from the top of the bucket and use what we have most recently come into contact with. This is basically how Zahler's RAS model, or the receive, accept, sample model, works. You receive information, choose to accept it, and if you do, then you sample from it for future conversations based on what is relevant. So then, I am sure you can connect the dots here. If a political figure who represents the party you affiliate yourself with, who you like, speaks on a topic that seems important in the time being, you're likely to accept it and then go spread the politician's opinion as your own, and you'll probably vote on the behalf of whatever the politician said. And don't go thinking that this doesn't apply to you, because that's called the third-person perception. There is science to this. I know. Shocking. And that's when someone assumes that others are more susceptible to the media or to political leaders than you are. Think about it. If we all hold this perception, then who's right? How come we vote like we do? But if it helps, just replace you with everyone else. Effectively, if Freddie believes that bilingual employees should be paid more, identifies under Party A, and likes candidate Frank from Party A, when Frank from Party A expresses that bilingual employees shouldn't be paid more because it unfairly puts non-immigrants in the workforce at a disadvantage, then Freddie, rather than changing candidates, is more likely to change his opinion and say that bilinguals shouldn't be paid more because it's unfair. Or Freddie will just not care and still vote for Frank from Party A. In sum, the American public plays follow the leader when it comes to political opinions, and those opinions are often erratic and make no sense. Yes, one could argue that opinions make more sense in the aggregate, or the summation of the opinions of everyone in the population, but the individual still chooses to follow the leader because it is less mentally taxing. Also, the media does play a role in all this, but it is more or less telling you what to think about and not what those thoughts or opinions should be. That is what the politicians are for. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk and for learning about how the public follows the leader. Have a good rest of your day. Later, au revoir, Godspeed, adios. I stopped writing the script somewhere there. Bye!